Hi. So today I'm going to walk you through the making of coffee and espresso, and I'll be emphasizing the differences between the two and the differences between flavors and where they come from. So the main difference between coffee and espresso is the method of brewing. So espresso is brewed by pushing hot water through coffee grounds at an extremely high pressure for about 10 to 30 seconds. This requires a special machine, as you can see in the animation, or not the animation, but the illustration below on the slide. Um, Espresso usually comes in a small cup size, but is violently strong in flavor. This is because the water kind of like seeps into all the little like nooks and crannies of the beans and takes out like their strongest flavors. Coffee, on the other hand, is much simpler, much more easy to do at home. All you need really is some hot water and coffee grounds. There's longer contact between the beans and the water, which leads to a more like well-rounded taste as opposed to a bitter, strong taste. So to continue on the roasting process, the beans for coffee are usually brewed light because they're going to be in water for a long period of time. But medium and dark are also common for people who like stronger coffee, like stronger tasting coffee. Uh, Another misconception, um, the darker coffee actually has less caffeine than light roasted coffee because the roasting process gets rid of the caffeine. Um, if you look at the illustrations on the slide, uh, the bean at the top left corner, that is unbrewed coffee bean that is not used for drinking usually, or to my knowledge. Um, and the one at the bottom right is the one most commonly used for espresso, the dark roast. All coffee comes from the same coffea plant. Uh, and espressos, they're brewed dark so that they can withstand the pressure that comes from the brewing process, and that kind of leads to like a full body taste that is very well suited for like milk drinks like lattes and cappuccinos. Lighter roasts, as I said before, are used for pour overs and lead to a more like bright taste instead of like the intense taste of espressos. So where do these coffee beans come from? Um, all this light roast, dark roast, like where are we getting the coffee beans from in the first place, right? So Ethiopia, Sumatra, and Colombia are like the main places that we source coffee beans from. Other places include Costa Rica, Africa. Um, I can't name any more at the top of my head, but these are the top three, and I guarantee you if you go to any coffee place, they'll have coffee roasted from one of these three places. Uh, so Ethiopian coffee generally has like berry undertones, while Sumatra is more spicy, and Colombian coffee has more of like a chocolatey or nutty undertone. My personal favorite is Colombian, but you know, uh, figure out what you like and take note of it and start comparing different ones. The last thing you should know about coffee after you get your beans and all that is how you are going to grind them. So if you have a French press, you want coarse ground coffee, you have a pour over machine, or not a machine, like just like the pour over contraption or a drip coffee machine, you want medium fine coffee. And if you have an espresso machine, you want fine coffee. The wrong grind can make a coffee too bitter or too weak because they're not suited for the specific brewing process. And these are just my suggestions. If for some reason you find that fine coffee goes really well with your French press, go ahead and do that. It's all up to your personal taste. So these are the basics of coffee. If you want to become an aficionado, this is where you start by knowing where coffee beans are sourced and how to grind and roast. Uh, I hope this was useful to you and that you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.